we talk about mental health so much now in society, and it's a big part of the zeitgeist, but I still think we're talking about it from not quite the right angle. We're still talking about it as though, like, this would be a good thing to have on an individual basis. Wouldn't it be nice if you could make your mortgage payments and look after all your kids and take them to all the practices and do all of this for everyone, but then also not want to kill yourself? It's definitely still seen as a surplus, whereas actually it should be the foundation of everything that we are going to. 100%. I can't believe mental health is not free in this country. I cannot believe it's not free in every single country. It is in many countries, but this is how we increase our GDP. People can work healthier.
Yeah.
People can be healthier. They will be in the hospital less if they are happier, because stress and loneliness and all these different things are huge factors as to what destroys people's health and immune systems. It would change the amount of people having to go in psychiatric care. It would change the amount of homelessness there is.
Sure.
It would change the way that we treat each other as a society. Like, it would change everything. That's where the money should go. All the money should go there. If we could all, as a world, put the money, instead of in the military only, into mental health. If we could take some of those trillions and put it towards making the people and the children happier and having children have access to mental health, we wouldn't need so much military. There wouldn't be so much war. We wouldn't need the police as often as we do. We wouldn't need as many
drugs or whatever else.
As many drugs or as many different things that we have now to
numbing
try and
devices.
Numb the pain and help people escape from the pain.
I agree.
Like, we wouldn't be sewn to our phones. And a lot of people who make a lot of money from us doing that know that. So they don't make the move to improve our mental health. And so we have to do it ourselves. And people like us have to tell people.
I'm loving this message.
I'm
inspired by this message.
I think it's the most important thing in the world, and it's still treated as like a luxury rather than a fundamental. And it should be the same as brushing your teeth or, getting out in the sun or whatever.
Sure.
As opposed to eating good food.
So I'm like,
we didn't know what we were going to talk about today.
I keep them inspired by this because, I just love seeing the journey. I didn't know this is where you're at fully. So for you coming in, I was just like, wow, this is really inspiring. I have a couple final questions for you that I think, I know I asked you the first time on the show. And so I'm really fascinated to hear what the response is to them. And if it's the same or if it's changed since the last time.
I don't remember what I said, so you'll get honest on.
Yeah, we'll link that back up so people can see the last one also. But I'll ask that in a second. But I want people to check out your shows. You got I Weigh, you got Bad Dates, which is hilarious. You're on social media, Jameela Jamil, on Instagram, TikTok, Twitter, everywhere. iWeighCommunity.com. How else can we follow or support you with what you're up to right now?
I think just join me at I Weigh or join me on my social media. Join the mental health movement. I think that we really have an opportunity to change the future of marketing and mental health and include more people. Listen to I Weigh. It's a great podcast on neurology and mental health that offers you the autonomy to take it into your own hands. Listen to Bad Dates if you want to feel better about your own romantic life. It is the most disgusting and filthy and funny podcast with extraordinary comedians who give way too much information about their personal lives and sex lives. And again, it's the much needed escapism. I'm able to provide information and the sad stuff and then the escapism. So I hope people listen to it because it is just an amazing vacation for your mind.
That's great.
It's purely simple.
And we need comedy.
Yeah.
That comedy is one of the best medicines,
100% saved my life.
Yeah, that's great. Okay, so both those shows, Bad Dates, I Weigh. I'm inspired. I want to hear these final few questions. Before I ask the final two questions, I want to acknowledge you, Jameela, for, again, the journey, transformation. It's really more, not a transformation, more the awareness that you have about yourself and who you've been, where you're at now, and where you're going. And I really just love that you have that awareness for you, that you've been on a healing journey, that you're able to see things from a different perspective. And for me, that's really inspiring. I think it's inspiring when I can do that and anyone can do that. So I'm inspired by the journey you're on, and it's really cool to see you right now in this space because most importantly, you're happy and you're healthy.
Yeah.
And that's for me really inspired to see you in a space like that.
It also, speaking of cancel culture, goes to show that when people criticize you, some good can come from it. Even if I didn't always make a public notes apology statement about everything, I was listening.
Yeah.
I was listening when people pulled me out. And so I make those tweaks sometimes privately. Yes. Because sometimes it's easier to make change privately, and we need to become aware that it's okay to have a learning journey privately. You do not have to share every single thing. I'm not going to have a pap smear on live IG. I need to look after my brain.
Yes.
Privately with space and mess.
You don't need an opinion from every person on everything you do.
And everyone doesn't have to be privy to every single thing about all of our lives. Like, it's a very big misconception about how we're supposed to conduct ourselves because of how much some people choose to share on social media. But I'm listening and I'm changing. But also, the people who spoke to me constructively were the ones who got in. And the people who almost pushed me over the edge and killed me or made me so angry that I didn't want to fight for anyone and give up were the people who abused me. I didn't need to be sent death threats or rape threats or threats that I'm going to be ostracized or that people are going to boycott me or call for me to be fired. I didn't need that to change. The people who spoke to me kindly and with peace and with the best of intention, who believed in me to change, are the ones who changed me.
That's cool.
So criticism can be fantastic. I am a product of that criticism, but from love.
Conscious criticism.
Those are the people that helped me. The other people did nothing but cause me stress and almost make me give up on everything, including my own life.
You keep inspiring me with this message, so I'm grateful that you're sharing it. And if you guys are inspired, make sure to leave a comment below of the part of this conversation.
This is a drinking game now for how many times Lewis has said inspired during this episode.
I don't know why. This is really inspiring. And you can ask. You can ask them.
That from me.
You can ask. My team. I haven't said that to anyone in this way.
Has he been calling everyone inspiring?
Inspiring in certain ways, but not like this.
Okay.
But you can ask them afterwards, Yeah, but I mean, no, everyone's inspiring, but the way and how you view things differently is inspiring. When you were it's
the fact that you've got the before and after.
More extreme in another way.
Yeah. We love a before and after in our generation. And so this is my before and after.
I just wasn't expecting it. So I think that's what's inspiring because you're in a peaceful place, which I'm really excited about for you personally. So I'm acknowledging for that. And I want you to hear that acknowledgement.
Just tell me one more time that you find me inspiring.
Yeah, exactly. I do find you inspiring. Okay. But I acknowledge you for the journey. I think it's really cool. And I think the thing that is inspiring about it is for people that were in that state of mind that you were in now, that are still angry and upset and screaming and fighting. And maybe it's justified in their anger, but it's not going to get across with to make the change they want in the best way possible.
But also we don't value humility. We value self-flagellation, eternal self-flagellation, but we don't actually value true humility. I have not always done the best job in reaching across to those people, but for the past few years, I have been imperfectly working towards, chiseling down my very sharp tongue and trying to become more non-violent in my communication so that we can all come together